Alright fam, welcome back to the channel. Today is November 22nd, 2021. It is 10:22 p.m. and we are doing a overview of some trading that we did for Ethereum. I have the 1 minute on the right and we have the 4 hour on the left, and I'm just going to go over some foundation elements for the trade that I had placed and exited successfully, thank God. So if you look on the 4 hour on the left, you can see the green circle. If you are looking at my charts and you see a bunch of green circles and red circles, the green circles are when I buy, the red circles are when I sell. And so on the 4 hour, you can see I bought right down here. This is the local bottom right now because we did see a decent bounce, even though it got pounded over here. It did bounce off of, I would call it like the 40-30 mark. Or you could call it the 4,000 if you wanted to round down, but we got some decent support there, and I'm trying to defend that price as well. So I bought 2 Ethereum down here. Once I saw that it was bouncing, so I didn't hit this very bottom. I bought in around 40.80 once I saw it start to bounce, which if you look on the 15-minute, you can probably see a little bit more clearly. I bought in roughly when it started turning around, and then I bought one down here around 40.50-ish, and then I bought another one when I saw this giant candle over here, which is about 40.80. So when I saw this big green candle, that made me more confident in placing my buy. So I got 2 Ethereum. We could just call it 40.80-ish, even though it's slightly less than that. And so this is what I used as the foundation to build off of lower time frame trades, because I was planning on trading the 1 minute if I found some favorable conditions, and we did. So I'm gonna go back in time a little bit, and you can see. So we got the buys down here at the lower level, so I know I have Ethereum in my inventory that is cheap to fall back on just in case I get into trouble later on when I'm trading up at these smaller time frames. So right here we entered a falling wedge after we pumped a little bit after the bounce. So you can see we bounced off of that bottom, bounced up, we started consolidating and trending slightly downwards, but this is actually a bullish pattern, and whenever you see it break slightly through something and then kind of round about, it looks kind of like a spring. That right there is a good indication of something's going to happen, and so it sprung up. You can see volume kicked in right here, and right about here is when I realized that the breakout is possible and possibly imminent. So I set up my buy orders for right around this mark right here, the 40.95 mark, and I had my finger on the trigger ready to go. And right when it hit like 40.90-ish, I would say, the bottom of this candle, it was 40.85. Yeah, 40.85. There was this huge spike in volume, and I literally pressed the trigger just as the volume spike came in. So thank God my order executed. In all honesty, I probably should have set it slightly higher, because that might not have executed and I could have possibly missed it. So I did get in this one, came up, and then it started consolidating. I actually wasn't really paying much attention to this. I just bought the breakout and just kind of hoped for the best, which I don't recommend, to be honest. If you're buying a breakout, you should be watching it intently, which you'll see I do later on, but it again falls into a falling wedge. So that is always a good thing, because that's a pretty reliable pattern. Come up, and then you can see the spring action as it's bouncing around here. It goes down a little bit, gains momentum. We don't have much volume, to be honest, breaking through this, but then it breaks through here, and I place another order for this breakout because these candles look pretty appetizing. So I buy in right around the 41.45 mark right over here. So I have a total of 4 Ethereum now in my bag, but the 2 that I bought at the lower level down here at that local bottom, that is actually what I intend to hedge, just in case I get into trouble and it reverses and I'm forced to exit my position just to minimize loss and I get stopped out. I have this Ethereum in my inventory that I can fall back on, or if I sell and it continues to rocket up, I have more in my inventory that I can sell for more profits. So that's what I usually do. I don't trade, all my bag all at once. I find that I do much better if I don't do that. So I do apologize if this is a long video, but I find it very interesting because I love watching people trade live. And so I'm going to speed up the video of me trading this breakout, but I want you to see that you really can not foretell the future, but if you're using technical analysis, you can definitely kind of see what is going on and you can make more educated decisions on when is a good time to buy, when is a good time to sell, and you'll have a higher likelihood of pulling off a profitable trade. And right now I'm playing defense, so I'm trying to not really long my positions or hold them for very long. I'm trying to get in and out of the market as fast as possible just to avoid any losses, because I'm not fully convinced that this is a trend reversal. I think we are in a downtrend still. This is just kind of like a bounce off of that, and there is a potential for us to retest again a few more times where we trade in this this kind of up and down channel at the very bottom of this channel, slightly above the bull market support band. And that's something that I'll go in later, but essentially there's some critical levels that we don't really want to touch or break below, because that could potentially cause a chain reaction and then enter us into a bear market, and that is definitely not what we want. So that's why we got to practice risk management, but we also have to try to boost the price by buying and creating volume and trading Ethereum, because even if you're buying or selling, volume is volume, and we do need that volume in the market to really attract traders and people to move the markets. Otherwise it'll just trade sideways all the time, and as a trader that is the most boring and the least profitable thing and the most risky if you're just constantly going sideways. So this up and down action, I know it drives people crazy, but for traders this is our bread and butter. So you should get used to seeing prices go up or down. And the cool thing with Ethereum and some of the other cryptos is they have these big pumps, but and they have these big dumps, but you can really take advantage of these things. So you shouldn't be feeling like, oh man, I'm never going to make money. Just make money in the short term, take those profits, turn them into some other asset or some other coin that you're very bullish on long term, and then play off of that. So you're trying to basically multiply your bags for later on, and you're using this as your vehicle to help speed that up. And plus it's fun, man. And this is, if you're stressed out doing this and you're just losing money all the time, then maybe it's not for you. And that's one thing that I've realized, is that I actually enjoy doing this. It's not terribly difficult. It's actually easier than what I do for my 9 to 5 job. So I can appreciate doing this and making decent amount of money. So we can see, actually, I don't mean to take away from what I was trying to prep you for, but I'm just paying attention because I am also actively trading as well, even while I'm editing this video. So anyway, without me talking so much, let's just jump into the charts, and I'm going to speed this up so that way it's not super boring for you. All right, here we go.
All right, y'all. So that was my trade for today. Sold 2 ETH and managed to pocket $120. Thank God. Y'all have a good one. Peace.